Buonasera a tutti, buon pomeriggio, good evening and good night for somebody. I'm Annalisa Pompeo and I'm very happy to welcome you in my house and to this new section called Sicilian Stories with Annalisa. How are you, my friend? Oh, ciao Mary! Okay, so I'm very well. Things here in Sicily are getting better day by day, and you can look from my face. I'm more happy, and so is it possible now go outside with all the precautions, with gloves, with the mask, and but we are almost free again to live more or less our life. We are full of energy, we are life lovers, and we can't wait to come back to the reality. And especially for me, I can't wait to meet my guests and explore and enjoy Sicily and Sicilians with them going around. So today I have the pleasure to talk about Sicily and Sicilians with two of my friends, Allison Scola and Lisa Cardo. I will talk better about both of them, and I wanted to say thank you for joining me. And both are women. And they are Americans, but Allison has Sicilian roots. She will talk about her experience with what she does and the personal experience with Sicily. And also Lisa. With Lisa we met in Palermo, and very quickly we fell in love each other. So, ciao Lisa, I see that Lisa is here, and also Isabella, grazie Maria, la Calabrese, and Alison is here too. So, okay guys, so I want, before to call my guests, I wanted to remind you that it's possible to participate to our conversation during the section. So even if I have a guest, if you want to tell something, if you want to share something with me, with us, with the GoSicily community, please don't hesitate to just write me or just call me. It's something that you can do. So now let me see what requested Joanne, Garbo, and the Spettatore out Sicily, and Maria. Okay, so let me call Lisa first of all, and okay, Lisa, let me just call her. I'm still learning with okay, in attesa di Lisa. We are waiting for Lisa. Ciao!
Ciao!
Come stai? Benvenuta!
Yeah, okay. Salute a noi.
Oh, I didn't know this. I have just water, Lisa. Ho solo acqua.
2 o'clock in the afternoon and I'm drinking wine, okay? In honor of this day.
Grazie, grazie, grazie.
So I've
So,
never
Lisa.
done this before. You can see me and hear me, yeah?
You are at home with me on my couch, my grandma couch.
I wish I was there.
I know, honey. I know. So let's introduce you to the others that are listening and watching us. So uh, Lisa and me, we met for the first time in Palermo, and we walked around. We did the shopping together, and never met before. And we ate, of course, and drank, and we fell in love, right? Very, very quickly. The reason is when you feel the passion in the other person and the love for Sicily, for Sicilians, for the women view, uh, it's easy. It's easy. So, Lisa, do you have Sicilian or Italian roots?
I have Italian.
From where?
Yeah, some Campobasso and Molise. So,
Mm-hmm.
considered the South, which is the best. And
Yeah,
my mom, she's a Gentile.
yeah.
So that's I'm half Italian, half Russian, if you can imagine.
So let me ask you why you feel so close to Sicily, to the south of Italy in general.
Hmm. Well, Annalisa, I grew up outside New York City, huge Italian population there, and I always felt I identified with Italians. And there's Little Italy, so New York is just phenomenal for anyone that wants to love Italy, and Americans love Italians. So I grew up with it, but my mother never spoke it, and she kind of went the other way. She went far away from it. And although we grew up eating Italian food a lot, never spoke it. But I always felt an attraction, I always felt a pull. So I told myself, someday when you grow up and you're a big girl, you're going to go. So that
Yeah.
happened for me when I was, the first time, I think I might have been about 50. And I had the opportunity to go to a business meeting in Parma.
Wow.
So yeah, so I stepped off that plane, actually in Venezia first, and I was done. I was in love. That was it. So I
It's dangerous, Lisa.
2006.
It's dangerous to come in Italy or in Sicily, in general in Italy, because
That's what happened. So I told myself in 2006, I will come back and I will live here. So about 3 years later, I did. I talked my boss into letting me come live in Parma for a year. And so I lived up in the north, and I came over by myself, which was a blast. I spoke no at the time, and in Parma, they don't speak English because they told me they
yeah,
don't, the world comes to Parma for the food, and they didn't need to really, speak English. So I had to learn enough to be in trouble. Okay. But
yeah,
I promised myself about every weekend I would get on a train or a bus or talk to a friend, and I'd explore Italy.
yeah.
So I was there September. By June, I was in Sicily. It was my swan song. I had to go back to America. I didn't want to go. But I got a great week in Sicily. Now, you guys know that's not enough. It's not nearly enough. And
Yeah.
I did agriturismos, Messina, Segesta, Cefalù, Ragusa, Siracusa, Noto, Erice, Trapani. I mean, I did a lot in a week.
Yeah.
And then I was so in love, I said, I got to come back to Sicily.
So, Lisa, let me know something. You had the experience of Italy, so you can compare North and South.
Okay.
I'm curious to ask you something. What the main difference is, not only about the geography and the places, but I'm curious if you saw some differences between people from north and south.
So,
Prego.
I lived in Parma. Parmigiani, I mean, they are special people. I was not particularly welcomed there, okay? And I made a lot of friends, but every single friend I made, with the exception of one, in a year was from the south of Italy. Every one of them. It was either from Taranto or Ercolano or Napoli, Bari. I mean, everyone was from the south. So I started saying, there's something here, about the warmth of these people.
Yeah.
And compared I guess they say Naso Alto, for the Parmigiani, and I don't insult anything, but my experience was that I was welcomed by my friends from the South.
Yeah.
It took where I went to their homes and hung out with their families, and really didn't make any friends in the North, And the women, I have to tell you, since we're probably all women on the call, they didn't like me. I mean, the Parmigiani women did not like me.
Why?
Because every time I went to buy prosciutto, the guy behind the
You ate all day prosciutto, I think.
I wanted my phone number. Repeatedly, to the point where I couldn't even go in the store anymore because they were hugging me, kissing me, whispering in my ear, "Felto telefono," and they were like, "What's so special about you? Why did they want your phone number?" I said, "Well, I buy a lot of prosciutto. I don't know."
So
I've been all over Italy, up and down, and for 10 years, I made it a point every year to get back at least once. But Sicily had my heart, that first trip in 2010. And I said, I just have to come back here. So it took me 7 years. I got back in 2017 and just by a fluke ended up in Sant'Ambrogio.
yeah.
I mean, it's
So in Sant'Ambrogio, you decide to do a project, like a kind of a life project. So I don't like to call dream, because dream is too far. Project is something that you have to work hard to reach, right? To reach the goal. So we are women, and we know that nothing impossible is impossible if you are in love and you really want something. So you arrived in Sant'Ambrogio and you fell in love.
I did.
And you decided to.
Well, okay, so that was 2017 with 3 of my girlfriends. The 4 of us rented a villa there. And we were only in the village a week, but I was totally smitten, And I just said, well, this is not enough. Second week, I went to San Leone and I stayed there, and we were in Agrigento. I went to Favara, and I just the temple of all those beautiful temples. And so I decided in 2017, I'm going to come back again, 2018. Yeah. And at that point, I arranged to do a 6-week rental by myself in the little village of Sant'Ambrogio. It was going to be my home base, and I was just going to explore. And I did. That's what I did. I spent 6 weeks there. My sister was there the first 3, maybe. And the rest was me. And that's when I met some really special people there, and decided, well, now, 6 weeks isn't enough. Now I have to come back again and rent, another place for a longer time. So that was 2018, 2019, last year, 5 times I went to Sicily and in Sant'Ambrogio, and 1 month, 2 months. Over the course of the year, I think I was there at least 5 months.
Yeah,
Lisa,
I think that your project is something mutual from with the others. Now, it's really common, not only for Americans, but also for Italian like me. My project is, okay, in 10 years, I would to move in the States and live maybe 6 months and 6 months. And I think this is the right balance for everyone. But I would like to see you right now. It's impossible with all this mess, but
Well,
it's something like it's almost over.
well, Annalisa, just so you know, I left Sicily the middle of February,
Yeah,
and I flew, through Rome back to New Jersey.
yeah,
And we heard things, but it was just so early that nobody really understood what was happening. And I actually came back to America to get my visa to live, well, to apply for my visa to live in Sicily as a
yeah,
resident. And
yeah,
once I got to the consulate in Philadelphia, I realized there's something with taxes that didn't feel right for me.
yeah,
As I looked into it a little deeper, I realized, okay, it's probably a little bit too soon to go live there because of the tax situation for me. So I said, all right, I'll just put it off. But I had a flight back on the 15th of March that I never got to do.
yeah,
And I have an apartment sitting there empty that I've rented for 4 years that I can't be at.
yeah.
And I know you're opening back up, Annalisa, in phases, but I still can't fly there. I mean, there's no way for me with the right autocertificazione to to be able to stay.
Yeah, but this tough period will pass, Elisa, and something that maybe we are learning from the quarantine is that having so much time to think, to spend time with ourselves is something like auto therapy,
Oh, it's fantastic.
and
I'm happy.
right, and
Great.
now I think that we are ready to we know what we really want in life and what we really don't want. So I think that people that think a little bit used very well this time to work with himself. And so this is a really, really important because we have just one life and we wanted to live and not to survive. So this
I'm
is
having
something.
a great time to the point where, my days are full. I'm retired. It's a little
Sure.
ironic, retired in October, and I thought I'll just go travel.
Yeah, we will have time.
So,
Lisa,
so one thing I want to say,
just
no, one thing about this
sure.
time,
Yeah,
and it's me embracing the way nature has painted my hair. So I've given up the color.
I love this for
Going
your
on,
information.
this is natural, right? This white thing here. And
Beautiful.
next time you see me, I hope you recognize me because it's the
You
way.
know, I will recognize you in between thousands of people because it's you. So this is a confident woman, and I'm proud to be your friend and to have you in my life. So I will waiting for you in Sicily, or maybe I don't know. I can come before, and I'm very very happy and thank you for joining me. I'm asking you to conclude your interview with something
I
that
have,
I wanted to ask today.
okay.
Why move to Sicily?
Well, I'm going to say it's my dream. I found the place I want to be. I found the atmosphere, the ambiance, the people. It delights me. I'm delighted to be there. And I'm a photographer, so I'm working on a cookbook with
Yep.
a chef. And I'm also going to come and photograph you in Favara when I get there. And we'll see what we want to do. There's the mountains, there's the beach, there's the food, the wine, the music, and there's everything. There's nothing not. I'm just, suffering a bit because I just can't be there now. But
It's okay. We have a life.
and I will say that the nicest most generous, warm, welcoming people that I've ever met. And I've traveled around the world. I've been in 40 countries and I've been all over, are in Sicily. And I had a little story, but I don't know if you have time for my Ferragusto story from last year.
Next time, because we have to invite Allison. We have a timing, but it's not just the first time. We can talk all the time. And so, Lisa, thank you for joining me, and have a good day. Enjoy your prosecco, and next time I will drink an Euro d'Avola.
Oh yeah, that too. We love it. Okay.
Last time I drank limoncello during the live with my friend Rosina, so my limoncello. So Lisa, thank you. Have a good day, and let's talk.
Okay.
Ciao.
Okay. Ciao, Bella. Ciao. Ciao, ciao.
Bye. Ciao. So, oh my gosh, she's so brilliant all the time. Let me just read some comment. Oh my gosh, so many you are. And after we are going to call Allison Scola, and I'm already laughing because all the time I have a great time with this. We are both crazy women, and so okay. So, ciao Maria. Didi Lux. Who are you, Didi Lux? Ciao, Annalisa. Ciao, Didi Lux. Please let me know who you really are. And Adriana, Isabella, Hot Sicily, ciao. Roma Gastronomica is my friend. Ciao, Rosina. It was a pleasure to be your guest last time. And a lot. Oh, it's some comment from Lisa. For Lisa, hey Lisa, I recognize your earrings. Ciao Daniela. Giovanna, è la connessione di Maria that is not working. Ciao Maria. And Denise is the new on Instagram. So welcome, honey. And ciao tutti. Don't worry, Lisa doesn't survive, but Valparadiso. Ciao Maria. Okay, so guys, now I think it's the moment to call my friend Allison. Let me do this. Oh my, Allison. Okay. Experience Sicily. Aggiungi. Ok, I think I'm calling her. Eccoti!
Ciao!
Ciao Ali, come stai?
I'm good. I'm very good. It's so nice to see you. And nice
Nice.
to have met Lisa too. So were you saying she's the crazy woman or I am?
No, for you. I think that all the women we are crazy, but I meant for you because now you can say what we did and what we do when we are together. And so let me just introduce you officially. Alison is my friend, but we met first because we have a common friend, Nikki, and we started to cooperate together. She's the owner
Actually,
of...
we met first because of Twitter and Facebook. We didn't meet through Nikki. We met each other through social media. That was when we first met. And then it happened that we had Nikki in common.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I knew you before I knew Nikki.
Anyway, so she's the owner of Experience Sicily, and she customized a very unique trip to Sicily. She's an expertise about everything about Sicily. And I don't want to talk a lot. I wanted to give you the word. And so, Ali, please introduce yourself.
Where do I start? I don't know what to say. Well, I'm so happy to see you. I missed you a lot. Like Lisa was saying, I'm so sad that I can't be in Sicily right now. I was should have been there also in March. I had a flight on March 16th, so I missed that opportunity. And then I'm supposed to go next week.
Ah,
I was going to be going next week for most of the summer, actually. So my heart is aching too. But Lisa certainly is an inspiration. So yeah, I am here based in the New York City area. And my heart is half here and half in Sicily all the time. And I love bringing groups of people with me, small groups, to Sicily to share my friends, my cousins, wonderful people like you, and learning the cuisine, learning the history, the culture. And then, yes, I design trips for people who go on their own, small families or couples who go together. Um, and I dream with them. I dream with them. I listen to what they want, and I understand who they are personally, and then I really customize everything for them. So but the real objective, I think, in the end, is to introduce them to people like you, because that's who they remember. That's what they remember. So I've worked
thank
very
you.
hard to
So,
create these relationships.
so Hallie, your family comes from
From Bagheria and Palermo. So my cousin Evelina is my partner. She and I do all the itineraries together. So here I interpret what the clients in the United States would like, and then I design based on that and my knowledge what they should do. And then Evelina is in Bagheria outside of Palermo, and she's making all the reservations, negotiating all of the logistics with the people in Sicily. So it works really well. Plus, I have a whole gaggle of cousins in Palermo and Bagheria, and so it's like my second home. That's the thing
yeah.
for me is it's my second
Ali,
home.
I wanted to talk a little bit about uh, the way that we used to work, right? So we work with the individual people. So not because we are now in emergency and we need to limit people the what we call the assembramenti, so not put too much people together. But from ever, we work in this way. We have an individual tourism. Why people should choose to travel in individuals or small groups?
Yes, always my philosophy has been to travel in a small group. And the reason why is because you have the opportunity then to really meet the local people and to really have time to enjoy the moment that you're in, to savor it. And it's having those experiences that people remember. And that's why I called my company back in 2013 Experience Sicily, because the whole objective was I wanted people to feel Sicily, because that's what you take home. You take home the emotion of it. And we know that there's lots of emotion in Sicily, and
A
really
lot.
small groups enable that to happen.
Yeah.
And also,
Is
you can stay in characteristic inns, you can eat in characteristic restaurants, you can go in smaller vehicles, you can go really off the beaten path where you can't go with a larger group in a larger vehicle, for example. So that's a big piece of the planning of it too.
Yeah, having individual people permits to everybody to dedicate to the people not like a tourist, but like a locals. So when Allison comes to my house or we are going around to my city and to the food activities that I do, it's like, okay, let's join me and enjoy together. And I bring them not to the restaurant, not to the standard touristic experiences, but really unique experiences. So we met our Dia Angela, and we make together locals that join in a club, a Sicilian club, talking with the cupola, with so this is what we want, and we offer to who want to join us and to visit Sicily, because and after I would like to know your opinion. Coming to Sicily, if you wanted to come to Sicily, you have to have the right attitude. So before we talked about the difference between the north and the south of Italy. So in Parma, for sure, a train, it's always on time. In Sicily, you don't know. You don't know. So the schedule is at 9, but maybe it passes, maybe not, you know. So you have not to get upset. It's the Italian time. It's a Sicilian time. You have to forget the rules. You are in Sicily. Ali, what do you think?
Yes, this is what I tell all my clients. I say, we're on Sicilian time. So, in fact, when I first started, I would put times of when we had appointments on the itineraries, and I've taken them all off. I've completely removed the time that we're supposed to be somewhere and how long it's supposed to be, because that then enabled my guests to feel like they didn't have to think about it. They weren't feeling like they were missing something. They were supposed to be somewhere. And it just completely changed the whole attitude and just enabled everyone to relax for every trip since then into the moment. So I'm, of course, always looking at the clock and worried about what's next. But that's my job when I'm managing a tour. But the clients don't know anything, and it goes fantastically as a result, because yes, Sicilian time is its own time. Actually, though, I will tell you, because when I'm in Bagheria, going to Palermo, I go to Palermo a lot from Bagheria, and I don't drive to Palermo all the time. I can, of course. I'm not afraid of driving in Sicily. I'm one of the few people who actually love driving in Sicily. But I take the train often from Bagheria to Palermo. It's 12 minutes long train ride. And you have to be early, because that train is always on time and you will miss it. Yes.
No.
So don't always believe that the train is going to be a little slower. No, that Messina to Palermo line is always on time.
We will do another episode dedicated all to drive in Sicily.
Yes, I'm happy to explain.
Yeah. So an experience from last season was a client sleeping to Alba Palace, the 4-star hotel that we have in Favara. And they called me.
Property.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And they called me and said, "Oh, the guests are just a little upset because they arrived at 3 p.m. and they said, is it a ghost town?" And so we explained them that it's 3 p.m. of summer and the people get a nap. And so the day after, when I met them at the hotel, we talked, and they were just a little, worried, scared. And after a day, they said, "Annalisa, you were really right. We need time. We needed time to rest." And
they should be napping too.
Exactly.
That's what they should be taking a nap. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So, Ali, what is your schedule? Since now we can't travel, and what is happening with your guests? They are canceling or they are postponing? What is happening? Tell us.
Well, in fact, I wanted to tell you, because we have the Stirring Sicily trip in September, which is the cooking and wine trip that we come to your apartment and we cook with you. This is still not canceled. This is still, as of this moment. Yes, exactly. So, I mean, I may be crazy, right? We talked about being crazy. I'm a little crazy, and I'm, Evelina and I have been speaking every day. Yesterday, the EU had a whole conference about tourism and how to proceed. We're watching all of these things very closely. We're watching also the international airline information of, are they going to open up again? When are flights going to start? All of this is still very uncertain. However, I don't feel like we should make a decision yet about September and October. I have a tour in October as well. So I'm spending a lot of my time right now reading and informing myself about what is possible to come. And I'm planning my trips for 2021. And so, yes, most of my clients have postponed. I still have clients interested in going in the fall. However, I've said, let's put a hold on what we're planning right now. We'll see, we'll pick this up when the time is right. You know, closer to June 15th, I think we're going to have a very clear picture about what's going to happen in the fall. And of course,
Yeah.
I want to honor how people are feeling. If they're not comfortable traveling, then we will sort out something. So, you know, all bets are off in terms of the cancellation policies that exist and all that stuff. This is just, it's a totally separate thing. This is a unprecedented time. So we're going day by day here in terms of, but I'm in contact with my clients, and I'm
Of course.
available for anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so another in the meantime, I'm creating a wonderful podcast series called On Sicily. So you're going to be my guest on one in a few weeks. I hope we'll work
My
that out.
pleasure.
Yes, it will be my pleasure to host you, and I'm doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff right now. I'm working a lot of planning, and I'm working on my Italian citizenship as well. So yesterday I went to get my fingerprints done so that I can.
Ah, so, Ali,
So
another thing is the importance now than more than ever to book the trip to Sicily or from anywhere through a travel agent, because it's like we are under the umbrella of the travel agent with all the guarantee that only a travel agent can give, right?
yes, travel professionals, travel advisors, specialists like myself, we are on the front line in terms of the information, and we have the ability to really communicate with our contacts. Now, in terms of airlines and things like that, none of us have pull with the airlines. These are huge corporations. However, I'm watching what's going on with the airlines, so I'm advising because I'm in the industry. I'm reading what's going on. I'm advising my clients properly on how to behave.
Sure.
So, for example, I'm saying, don't cancel your flight yet. Wait for them to cancel.
Exactly.
And then you're more likely to get your refund and that sort of thing. And
Yeah.
these have worked. And also with travel insurance, that as well, because I sell travel insurance as part of my business. And the same thing, I'm in touch with the companies selling. So I have a way to, find out what the latest information is and how best to manage those contracts, etc. So yes,
So
we're
this is
advocating for them, for our clients. We advocate for them. And it's having that insider information that really is helpful to everyone.
yeah, exactly. So this is a really, really important. Hali, before to do something that you are giving us like a gift tonight, I want also to talk about the experience between GoSicily and the experience of Sicily in the States. So we started 4 years ago. We drove with your beautiful car among the states, and so the important. I would like to know your opinion that I already know, of course, but I would like that you tell to the others the experience, the authentic experience from Sicily to the States, because a lot of people, when I do classes in the States, they don't know me before, they don't realize that I'm really Sicilian, that I live in Sicily, and that I'm coming right to do classes. So this, I think, makes the difference. Do you want to say something about it?
Absolutely. There's a big difference between you, someone who is embedded in Sicilian life culture. You're born there. You learned recipes from your grandmother. You cooked side by side with your grandmother and your mother for your whole life since you were a child, since you could stand up at the counter, right? So this is your authentic background, and it's irreplaceable. And that's sort of where I come from. People say, are you Sicilian? Or are you Italian? I say, no, I'm Italian American. I'm Sicilian American. And so I can interpret for my clients, for Americans, what Sicilian culture is, what's authentic. I can interpret that. And that's how I think of myself, as a cultural interpreter. But by no means would I ever say that I'm Sicilian, because I know like for example, Evelina, who's my cousin, she's 6 months younger than me. We didn't meet till we were 23, and we certainly have a lot in common. It's just amazing how genetics work. However, it's very clear that I'm American and she's a Sicilian in our different upbringing, in our mentality, how we think about things.
The
And we
mindset.
have so much, yeah, we have so much appreciation for that. And
Yeah.
you know, and so when I have the ability to bring someone or to host somebody like you and to introduce you to Americans, that is so special. And it's a taste you offer when you are here and we do events together, whether it's olive oil tasting or a cooking class, which we just did in my kitchen here back, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which looks very different than the day we were together. But when I have the ability to present you to people, you give them insight into what is possible when we go to Sicily, because your whole being is just, it's a wonderful presence to introduce people to and to give them the un aperitivo for what they will find when they actually go to Sicily.
So people that are on the New Jersey area and New York area, please, you can contact me or you can contact Allison. Ali, I invite you to paste your information between the comments so people can reach out to you, and so you can look at her website and so enjoy what Allison does. So Ali,
Yes.
we are at the end, and you told me before that you have the pleasure to do something, because you have to know, for people that doesn't know Allison, that she is an artist. She is a musician with the husband, with Joe, and so she has the pleasure to to play and sing something.
Yeah,
Do you want
I'm gonna play.
What?
It's hard to show you my guitar here and on this video, but
Yeah, a little bit
I
is up on the.
a little bit, yes. Here's my
Yeah.
guitar. I wrote this song many years ago. I actually had just I think it was 2006 I wrote this song. I just started playing guitar and I was really immersing myself to learn Italian very well at that point. And it's a very sweet song. It's actually it's considered a children's song, a Ninna Nanna,
Wow.
right? And because it's spring right now, and because Mother Earth is speaking to us, I thought it was appropriate to perform this for you. It's called Canzone per Madre Terra, and it's in Italian, but essentially it says, a quick translation: from the mountains, a river runs to the sea, and the sea, the fish swim. And from the sea, the wind blows, and the seeds from the wind plant the fruit, and the fruit in the, the forest, and the birds in the trees, and
Blast.
they sing, and then
It's a blast. It's a potpourri.
yes, and the whole idea is that Mother Earth wants us to, she wants us to flourish, and she wants us to sing. So here we go.
Wow. Wow.
Da un monte il fiume corre al mare, in un mare il pesce nuota nell'acqua. Madre terra vuol che il pesce canti. Madre terra vuol che l'uomo fiorisca. Da un mare il vento soffia un seme, da un seme l'albero produce il frutto. Madre terra vuol che il frutto canti. Madre terra vuol che l'uomo fiorisca. Da Da un bosco l'uccello vola un uccello, da un cielo la pioggia va al monte. Madre terra vuol che l'uccello canti. Madre terra vuol che l'uomo fiorisca. Madre terra vuol che il mondo fiorisca. Madre terra vuol che l'uomo canti. Na 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 nina. Na 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 nina. Na 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 na.
Brava, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful, great Nina Nana, and thank you. It was
Prego, prego.
really a pleasure to have you like my guest and to share with you this huge love for Sicily and the Sicilians. So, Ali,
Assolutamente.
we will see somewhere over
Yeah,
the rainbow.
over
And-
the rainbow. As soon as I can get on a plane.
See, and so we will see, we stay in touch. In addition to do this, we are friends. We stay in touch all the time. And let me just read some comment for you. Brava, brava, ciao bellezze. Who is
Grazie.
okay? So Lisa say wow, and a lot of compliment for you. Please don't forget to paste your information below the comments. And I
Absolutely.
think we couldn't finish this episode better than we did it because it was a very, very magic.
Thank you. Grazie mille. Mi manchi, Annalisa.
Anche tu, I miss you so much, and I miss everything we do together. Anyway, we will do together. We recuperate everything, right?
Yes,
As I told,
riapriamo.
yeah, as I told to Lisa, I said I think that this lockdown it was a time to think, to reconnect ourselves with the Madre Terra. And
Madre
now,
terra.
and,
Assolutamente. Yes,
and now
absolutely.
we are ready to live again in the best version of us.
Yes, yes. And we should go to Sicily to feel that life, to
Yes.
regain that spirit. So yes.
Sì,
Thank you so much for having me today. It was wonderful talking with you.
it was a pleasure, you know. Ciao Bella.
So I'll put my Experience Sicily information in the comments. Thank you so much.
Sì, grazie. Ciao Ali. Ciao ciao.
Ciao. Ciao. Ciao.
Ciao. So, such a great episode tonight, right? I really hope to be able to save this episode because I would like to put on my YouTube channel instead to lose the episode. And what do you think? Did you like it? And so, guys, I feel so satisfied about the people that are in my life, satisfied about my life. I love my life. I'm very blessed, and we are health, and so this is a really important, right? And it's okay. It's okay. Everything we go right. We will be okay. So, guys, my appointment is next Sunday, 5 p.m. Italian time. live on YouTube and Facebook. We are going to cook, I think, zucchini pesto with mint and almonds, because now, I don't know to your areas, but today in Sicily it's summer. It's a really summer. It's almost, it was almost 30 degrees, so I think 70 maybe Fahrenheit. I have to check. So next appointment, Sunday, 5 p.m. Italian time, live. During that, I will cook once again with you. I will write the ingredients that you need, and we will have fun as usual. And with another episode of Sicilian Stories with Annalisa, we will see next Thursday, 8 p.m. Italian time, for another live on Instagram. I invite you to subscribe on my YouTube channel and follow me on Instagram, on Facebook, and if you want to be informed about my culinary activities, I have the pleasure to add your email address to my emailing list. So if you have this pleasure too, please send me a private message with your email address, and you will be informed about my food activities in Sicily and in the States. So another thing is, if you wanted to know something on detail about Sicily or Sicilians, please let me know, maybe below the comment, and we will talk about your curiosity. Thank you for your time. Thank you to everybody to join me once again. And I have just to wish you have a great day. Buonanotte, buon pomeriggio. Have a great afternoon. For my American friends, it's still afternoon. And take a nap because it's almost after lunch. And I'm going to prepare dinner for my kids. Love you. Buonanotte, and see you next time. Ciao.